Okay, let's see who we get today. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be recommending you 4 more of my favourite booktubers. If you haven't been here before or seen one of these videos from me, I have on little slips of paper in here, I have all of the booktubers that I follow. I'm going to pick 4 out. I'm going to tell you about them. I'm going to recommend them to you. I'm going to explain why you should be following them. Hopefully you will then go and follow them and show them some love. And that's the video. I just really like to kind of finish off each month this way because it just feels like a really nice positive thing to do. I've said this before, YouTube does not support BookTube. It doesn't push our videos out into the world, and it can be quite hard actually to find BookTube. Once you're here, I feel like it's easier because we all like link up together, or some of us link up together. But I just feel like it's one of those things, like if the platform's not going to support us, then we need to do it ourselves. So that is what this is all about, just spreading a little bit of positivity for the end of the month. So let's give these a good shuffle and see who we've got first. And then, as I do every month, you guys are going to watch me struggle to open this. Okay, who have we got? I cannot read my own handwriting. Oh, that's someone who is no longer posting videos. I say this every month. I really need to go through this mug and weed out the people who are no longer posting. So let's try again. Here we go. I got a Shara at Thoroughly Enjoyed Books. So Shara is a British booktuber. She has been on the platform a long time. I think in her current iteration, she's had her current channel for about a year or so, but she's been here like pretty much since the beginning, I think. And she's hilarious. So she reads a lot of literary fiction. She reads poetry. She also writes her own poetry. So if you're looking for another poet to read, can recommend her. So yeah, she reads, like I said, poetry, literary fiction. She reads a little bit of other genres, but I feel like when I think of Shara, I immediately think lit fic. That's the kind of connection in my head. She like reads a lot of the like prize lists and all of that kind of stuff. She's also got 2 really cute cats. She's also a massive Taylor Swift fan, so if any of this is sounding appealing to you, I would recommend you go over and see her. She does a mix of vlogs, wrap-ups, the occasional TBR, the occasional tag. She hasn't posted for a little while at the time of filming this, but she has got there is content there for you to go and watch from her. So yeah, I'd really recommend her. So that's Shara at Thoroughly Enjoyed Books. That's a nice start. I mean, all of these are nice because they're all people that I enjoy. Right, let's do this one. Why did I make this so hard to open? I don't know why I did that to myself. Okay, so this is interesting. This is Charlotte, who is another Charlotte, one of my besties, but when I wrote this out, she was called Desperately Seeking Charlotte. At the moment, she is Books and Bargains. She's gone back to Books and Bargains. So she is one of my favourite humans. We are best friends. We talk every day. We've been able to meet up a couple of times since we kind of met via BookTube. She started slightly after me, I think like 6 months after me. And yeah, she's just one of the nicest people. She reads, like when I think of Charlotte, first thing that comes to mind is romance. She reads quite a bit of romance, and kind of, I don't know what we're calling it these days, women's fiction, like that kind of genre. Like Heidi Swain she's a massive Heidi Swain fan, for example. But she also reads dark, weird stuff, usually because I've said, you should read this, and it's dark and weird, and then she reads it and she loves it. So she reads romance, she reads women's fiction, she reads thrillers, she reads a little bit of literary fiction, she reads middle grade and YA, she reads a little bit of fantasy, like light fantasy. I don't think she reads I don't think I've seen her read sci-fi. So she reads a whole range of stuff. She's got 2 adorable cats as well. Can you see the theme here? I'm friends with lots of fellow cat ladies and cat gentlemen as well. So she's got Bert and Ernie, who are just adorable. So she does vlogs where they appear quite a lot of the time. Well, they do every time. It's a highlight. She does wrap-ups and TBRs sometimes. She does kind of sit-down chatty videos. She does the occasional tag. So all the kind of usual mix of stuff. Oh, hi, Savannah. Did you hear me talking about Auntie Charlotte and come to say hello? Do you want to come up here? Hi. She's like, oh, no, very much do not. Okay, good. Yeah, she reads a whole mix of stuff. She's currently caring for Nana, who is living with her and her husband Tom. So she's a full-time carer. She's also a spoonie. She has various chronic health things happening at the moment, which she talks also very openly and honestly about on her channel. She's also very much one for talking about very openly about her mental health, which incidentally is also something that Shara from Thoroughly Enjoyed Books does. Shara lives with bipolar disorder and she is very open about that. And she was running a bipolar book club. I'm not sure if that's running at the moment, but if that's something you're interested in, there'll also be videos about that. But this Charlotte, I know several Charlottes because I can think of another Charlotte, like at least one more off the top of my head that I know that does BookTube. It's clearly a thing. But this Charlotte, so Books and Bargains Charlotte, is also very open and honest about her mental health stuff. And I just love her, and she's just one of the best humans around. So I feel like if you're following me, you're probably already following her, but if you're not, go and follow her immediately. Okay, next one is going to be somebody. Oh, note to self, next time I do this, don't stick them down. I used post-it notes and then folded them over, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, and then it clearly isn't. Okay, we got Harriet at Harriet Reads. Interestingly, she made a video a couple months ago, about how she was leaving BookTube, and I was thinking, oh, I need to go through and take her out of the mug, and then she's just recently popped back up, and she's back, so that's very exciting. So Harriet is one of the people that I was watching before I got into BookTube. She was definitely someone who I was like, this looks really fun and I want to have a go. She's a very kind of chilled, sit down and chat to you kind of booktuber. She's talked very openly about the fact that she hates editing, so she also doesn't really make thumbnails because she doesn't enjoy that either. She just wants to talk about books. So her videos are very straightforward. If you like what I'm doing, you should definitely go and watch her if you're not already. I feel like you probably are. Because she very much is just all about book reviews and talking about books. She's also recently, she is a trained primary school teacher, but she had a baby, I want to say like 6 months ago, maybe a bit less than that. And she said in her recent video that she's not going to go back to teaching for the foreseeable because she's obviously got her young daughter. So she's just recently got a job in a bookshop, which sounds amazing. It's an indie bookshop in a little village near her, and I was like, that is the dream. So she is back to making BookTube videos because obviously it's connecting up with her work life. And her and I have very similar reading tastes. So again, if you like what I'm doing here on BookTube and you like the kind of books that I'm recommending, definitely go and check Harriet out. I feel like a lot of the books that I talk about a lot, like The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue, are books that she recommended. So she reads a whole bunch of stuff. She reads literary fiction, she reads sci-fi, a little bit of fantasy. She'll read, I don't think I've seen her talking about middle grade or YA for a while. But she also reads a lot of non-fiction, which is something that I really enjoy, and she's definitely somebody who helped me get into non-fiction and find the kind of non-fiction that I like. So yeah, I would really recommend her. She's also just a lovely human, as all of these people are. Okay, last one for today. Okay, who have we got? Leanne at Leanne Rose. That took me a minute to decipher my own handwriting. So Leanne is one of the Irish booktubers. One of the, as if there's a limited amount, but she is an Irish booktuber. She also works in publishing. She's living, I think, in London. She's definitely in England. I feel like it is London. And she works in a publishing house, so that's really exciting. She's got such a cool job. And again, she's one of the booktubers that I was watching as just before and then as I was getting into BookTube. She's one of the co-hosts of the Irish Readathon as well, which is a fantastic readathon that runs every single March. And she reads a whole mix of stuff, partly for her job. She reads middle grade and YA, usually for work and children's, but she also reads a lot of feminist fiction, kind of contemporary fiction. She reads a bit of literary fiction. I don't think I've seen her reading sci-fi and fantasy, but she also reads a lot of non-fiction, particularly around football. Like, football's one of the things that she really loves. It's like one of her favourite hobbies is watching football. So she'll quite often talk about non-fiction, kind of autobiographical books about football, which is kind of one of her niches. But yeah, she's just a lovely, again, sit down and chat. She posts TBRs and wrap-ups really regularly. She also does unhauls and hauls. I don't think I've seen her do a vlog for a while, but she's definitely someone who every time she uploads, I'm like, oh, I am going to get recommendations from that video. So yeah, highly recommend her as well. So those are the 4 creators, YouTubers, booktubers that I am recommending to you guys today. In the comments, drop me a comment, let me know who your favourite booktubers are, because I'm always looking for more people to be following. If you want to leave me a comment, but you don't have anything specific to say and you just want to leave me an emoji, leave a heart emoji, colour of your choice, because I feel like we are spreading some love and some happiness by recommending these YouTubers, booktubers to you. So that is everything we've got for today. Please go and follow these lovely humans. Drop me a comment or an emoji. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.